Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Larson, and this is Keep It Real. Keep It Real is all about real talk based on my 20 plus years of clinical experience. What we're really talking about is real food, real medicine, and real change.
The Midlife Health Minute in this episode of Keep It Real with Dr. Chad Larson is possible with the help of pure prescriptions.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Larson. There's a nutrient that you're probably missing. It's a nutrient that's required for like 600 different chemical reactions in the system. It works deeply cellular in every organ system that you can think of, and it's a mineral called magnesium. For sure you've heard of magnesium, but there's a few things about it that maybe you don't quite know about. And magnesium is what we call a macromineral. A macromineral means we need macro amounts. Macro means like a lot or big. We need a lot of magnesium, as opposed to some minerals are microminerals. We only need micro amounts, like maybe 100 micrograms per day. Magnesium, we need hundreds of milligrams. 1,000 micrograms makes 1 milligram, and we need hundreds of milligrams every day of magnesium. And every day that we don't get enough magnesium, all those 600 different reactions in the system will suffer, and that can lead to symptoms. And this is the way that these nutrient deficiencies work. So what kind of symptoms are we talking about? When you're low in magnesium, you can have muscle cramps, you can get headaches, especially migraines have been really tied to low magnesium, but also tension headaches when the muscles get tight in the back of the neck, because muscle cramping and muscle tightness, these are other symptoms of low magnesium. You get those muscles tight in the back of your head, it's gonna refer to your head and give you a headache, but also been tied, like I said, to migraine type headaches. Constipation, it influenced the way that normal gut function works. And so if you're low in magnesium, constipation is really, really common. Cardiovascular issues like blood pressure, hypertension, your blood pressure going up is oftentimes a sign, a symptom that you're low in magnesium. Also, have you ever had where it feels like your heart is kind of like skipping beats or racing and slowing down, and then you feel kind of a big heartbeat? That's called heart palpitations. We call that cardiac arrhythmia, where the rhythm of the heart is a little bit off. You're not getting normal cardiac rhythm. Magnesium again. These can, other issues could be associated with those as well, but magnesium is one of those things that need to be ruled out because it's so easy to fix if we find that that's actually an issue. And so you can see all these different organ systems. We talk about your cardiovascular system. We talk about your brain and your head and muscles. We talk about your gastrointestinal tract. What about your bones? I mean, you really can't make healthy bones without a sufficient amount of magnesium. So how big of a problem is this? It's a big problem. Not only do you need a lot of it every single day, but the last time they tested, kind of huge quantity of diets in the US, 75% of diets in the US are deficient in magnesium. So you can see the problem. It's massively needed. We need a lot of it every single day, and it's deficient in the majority of diets that are out there. So where are we supposed to get it? Well, kind of historically, evolutionarily, early humans, or probably most of our existence on this planet, actually got it from water, because water flows through rocks, and the rocks, release those minerals into the water. We then drink the water and we get the minerals. But these days, we all, pretty much most of us get our water from sort of, city water, and it gets very much treated, and that treatment process really strips out all the magnesium, and then they put in things like chlorine so things don't grow in it. And then hopefully, if you're smart about it, you're also probably filtering it again at your house with maybe something like reverse osmosis to then take the chlorine out of it that the city puts into it, and then by that time, there's just no minerals whatsoever. And you can get a little bit in your diet, certainly. We can find it in things like leafy greens and nuts and seeds and avocados and things like that. But it's, for most people, you're not getting the quantity to really get you the amount that you really, really need. A lot of people get their magnesium tested in basic blood work. We call that serum magnesium. Serum magnesium levels are almost useless. The only, being very, very generous, it might be representing 1 to 3% of your body's magnesium. So it really doesn't represent your true, cellular magnesium needs. There's a better marker called RBC, or red blood cell magnesium levels, much, much more sophisticated marker. But even, unlike vitamin D, where I say everybody needs to get your vitamin D tested, you may not have to get your magnesium tested, but magnesium might be something that you just want to put on the list of a nutrient that you either want to feature plenty of those foods that have magnesium and or start to supplement magnesium. So then when it comes to supplementation, you might go to a health food store or go on a nutrient supplement website, and you're like, okay, there's like 10 different types of magnesium. Which one am I supposed to choose? Let me first tell you what to not choose. So magnesium oxide is a really, really poorly absorbed form of magnesium. In fact, if you want to just kind of release constipation, magnesium oxide is great because it actually stays in your colon. It doesn't get anywhere else in your system. It can help you with the bowel movement, but I still don't really recommend that one because you want to be able to absorb and really utilize the magnesium. Also another one called magnesium gluconate. So oxide, gluconate, I would toss that one out. I wouldn't take a magnesium with those, but magnesium citrate is a good kind of all-purpose magnesium. I would particularly prescribe magnesium citrate in somebody who has a history of kidney stones. Calcium oxalate kidney stones can be broken up by citric acid, which is the citrate part of the magnesium citrate. Magnesium malate, the malate version of magnesium kind of helps it to target muscles and people that are getting muscle tightnesses, muscle cramps. There's magnesium L-threonate, which kind of helps to allow the magnesium to cross the blood-brain barrier and get up to the brain and have really cool functions of kind of supporting the brain, normal brain function for magnesium getting up to the brain. And then probably the best, most absorbable, all-purpose form of magnesium is called magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate is understood to be the highest absorbability, kind of most generally utilized by the body. So if you're going to supplement magnesium, magnesium glycinate is the one to supplement. And between food and supplementation, you want to get somewhere between probably 300 to 500 milligrams per day to really get you to those optimal levels. So that's a nutrient that you're probably missing. One I just want to put at the forefront of your brain, so it's something you think about, because these nutrient insufficiencies and deficiencies, and we talked about all the organ systems that one nutrient influences. Imagine all the other nutrients. But magnesium is a really key one that is just not quite in our food supply that it should be. One of my favorite forms of magnesium is magnesium glycinate. It's kind of generally understood to be one of the most absorbable forms of magnesium. Pure Prescriptions makes a really good magnesium glycinate. It's encapsulated form, and it's very easy to just take it with a couple meals per day, and you can really get up to those optimal levels of magnesium. So hopefully that's helpful. Get your magnesium, enjoy the benefits. I'll keep reading the studies and bringing you the information. Until next time, keep it real.
The Midlife Health Minute and this episode of Keep It Real with Dr. Chad Larson is possible with the help of Pure Prescriptions. Visit our friends over at pureprescriptions.com by using the link in the show notes and to learn more about this great family-owned company.